Jeez. I talked about of arrogance and war, right? That would be a nice title. But I was just thinking about it, just not to forget the context of the video, you know. Uh, and I get it kind of as well. Like living in the United States, you know, how many wars were there on U.S. soil? You know, those are Pearl Harbor, but that was in Hawaii, and it was a harbor away from the mainland, nonetheless. And even though it would have been, I mean, it's a big island. There's different islands, but let's say it was like on the coast. It was in a harbor, and yeah, there were civilians, but it was also what in the 40s, right? 1940s. 9/11 was whether you want a domestic terrorist with a exterior, for lack of a better word, a terrorist attack. It wasn't like like the Japanese with planes and shooting at ships and kamikaze style. You take the aircraft or the plane and you just fly right into the ship and kill a bunch of Navy personnel, or even I don't know, in houses, or maybe sometimes they miss. That was just the world was a war. U.S. was not in war, I believe, at that time, and something to that extent. But what? Just a gust of wind. But it's about how many were like examples more than your soil, and you live today. You kind of like well, the United States is secure. You got North America, Canada, and Mexico. I mean, they're not really gonna go to war. There was tension before, but it's like maybe Venezuela, or there was a Bay of Pigs, right? In the '60s, where Castro pointed some was it missiles or something like that, at the United States, and it was like you felt like there was tension. But it is I think it's and I was gonna say arrogant, because that is kind of that arrogant, you know. But I mean, let's say you live like right now, like you're in the Polish border, kind of like, really, are you gonna go there? It's just that I know maybe it's where you live, and you just you can't imagine like a bomb going off, unless a school shooting, right? But you still can't imagine that, right? Except it's like it's like you haven't been through, you can't conceptualize that, you can't relate to it, because I think a lot of people in the United States, either, and I'm not gonna go dead in the brain, you're like deceased, you're like it's not that. It's about, even if you're alive, you just, you're like, well, no, why would anyone do that? And I'm not putting that British guy, whatever, he sound like a British guy, like, oh, come on, it'd be jolly. It's just like see, on the East Coast, somewhere in New York, just a big bomb, just boom, and then like part of a state, or 30, 40, 50 miles, radius, it would shake, and you would just hear an explosion like that. People just don't imagine, do they? At least for me, it's like I couldn't imagine it anywhere, to be honest. But it is that arrogance, and what I thought about before. I mean, this place fucking deserves it. You not to be burned to the ground, but a couple of nuclear bombs would just fucking, that would have been jolly, but you fucking deserve it. There's a lot of places in the world probably deserve a lot more, but this country deserves, and this is me being a patriot. That's Thomas Jefferson speaking for you. Dissent is the biggest form of patriotism. And I'm not proposing 9/11. That was disgusting. No, that was a horror show. That is just retribution. That's the way. That's the only way I think it will solve anything, especially for this shitty, murderous country. And even I know that's wrong. Yeah, but you know what? This country has a lot of fucking power, a lot of nuclear power, and look what's going on in the world. Look at those school shootings. Like the cycles are just fucking waking up. There's been instances that happen. I'm not gonna get to the whole fucking get rid of guns like Australia, some shit. People surprised that people just don't even care. They don't even give a fuck till it happens. It's like, oh, some shit like that. But what I'm more surprised, how the fuck can you be so arrogant not to just imagine like a nuclear bomb going on, let's say in New York. Like that place fucking deserves it. Like, especially if you're religious, that's like Sodom and Gomorrah and shit. And look what's going on in Los Angeles and shit. You guys fucking deserve. You've been deserved since Vietnam, even before that. I'm not an American. I'm not a Polish person. I'm a human being. Don't get confused with that either. it's about like America the Great, this and that. It's like, and it's also like, it is secluded from, like, let's say I don't know, Europe, right? Russia is, not so far away from Alaska and the West Coast, you know, except it is kind of mountainous over there. But I mean, someone could put something there. Even a submarine could swim up close. You know, I mean, it would be shocking to like see like oh shit, and then you see like a gust of wind. Maybe not so here, depending on where you are. The radiation. Yeah, it's pretty disturbing. Can you imagine like people, kids in Israel having training exercise for a nuclear bomb since like what 80s, 70s, 60s or some shit like that, even in the 2000s. Do they still do it in the 90s? Right? I saw a movie. They said they had exercise where they would get on a desk or something, or like an explosion, like a rocket. It's like they know. The world's been at war basically. You're at war with yourselves. And America, United States, is the biggest proponent of that stuff, at very different levels. I'm not talking about pollution, plastic. I mean, disease. Nasty food that just gives you diseases, preservatives, chemicals. And there's people that were here that were writing about that stuff. Those are the patriots. That's what a patriot is. Patriot of Earth, humanity, and stuff. And you're not gonna give me with Social Security number. You probably violate that like the people in DMV according to your fucking liking, and you will tell that about yourselves. What you really want. By the way, yeah, you're gonna have this like, it wasn't a vision, it was like a thought, but it's like, I kind of thought it was cool for some time because there's no resolution to this place, especially in the United States of America. It's not just about something about people in this country. It's about certain mentalities. Like you just want to take over. You think everything is yours or something. It's not even like that. You can't. I'm not gonna use the word let's just share it. I don't know. I just let him or her have their things. It's like the British Empire. What the fuck did you get out of it? You're sitting on your ass. You collected, like money from the government or some shit. The British Empire, the American Empire, the greatest economy in the world. Well, what? There's like people working, for like $10, $11 an hour. When it's like, they make $300, $400 a week or some shit. The greatest economy? That's your fucking greatest economy? This economy is like, $32 trillion in debt. And I read a line, like, they only own $1 trillion or something to China, which is like, who do you else owe money for? Print money from Federal Reserve, which is a private institution. Is it? Is it central bank? Does Switzerland, someone in Europe, or a Goldman Sachs have some of the funds? Or how about the Rothschilds? They say the Rothschilds have so much money, they never calculate how much money they have. And you talk about like a businessman being first trillionaire. Let's say you had it's a race between Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk. I saw it. What would that do for you? So you go buy a Tesla, presuming you can afford it. So you go buy some things on Amazon, presuming you know how to find it, you can afford it, and what? So you get like same day shipping. That's what you're gonna get out of it. Why don't you walk your ass, have an experience? You could get all those things maybe in the same day or the next day. You sit on your ass and you press a button. That's what you fucking want. And that's your little guerrilla warfare right there. Press buttons, destroy shit. In the air and shit. I mean, I could go on and on. You don't think you had it coming for that one? I don't mind like a foreign be like, damn right, you're right, go ahead. It's like, yeah, all right. Nonchalant about it. I'm like, yeah, too. I'm not even angry or upset about this shit. You think I'm gonna miss in New York? Statue of Liberty? You fucking people? Fuck no. I would have missed New York, Statue of Liberty. I don't know, because a lot of you people were there. It's not about what it stands for, liberty, or like, the beautiful landscape of New York City, Brooklyn. I don't listen so much to Queens, even though that could be built up. It's a lot of you fucking people that are around. You have the nicest fucking place. Oh, they say they're gorgeous. Yeah, but look at all those fucking assholes. They try to own everything. They try to call the cops and try to kill you or some shit. I don't want you people there. Maybe like 10, 20 years from now, if you people, evil people, just went away from the world, maybe I kind of forget going to New York, but I still have some memories. Oh yeah, like I remember we were here, like this guy, Cadena was there, like this fucking guy, Lonnie, and this fucking moron, like, she had the street, and like she didn't want me to like walk on the street. Maybe I'll forget. Maybe I'll forget some people that just are gonna come over right now, like 10, 20 years from now. But that'd be a little bit harder, won't it? So give a fuck about your New York, your little fucking New Jersey dreams. You don't make it succeed in Sayreville or some shit when there's fucking pedophiles molesting kids in there. I'll fuck about you. I would miss some nice grass, pine trees, maybe a lake, river, beach, forest, cats, dogs, something nice. Some people fucking don't even appreciate or even like. You know? If you don't like that, then what the fuck you doing here? I've been talking about, take the Tesla guy. Yeah, he's Tesla, but, it's like, why are you angry at that? I know you're stupid. I get it. I just, I was angry. I was like, why am I angry at stupid people being stupid? It's kind of funny in a way. You guys are idiots, man. I fuck with you. And you're going to hurt me for, like, laughing at you. What you mean? Imagine, like, the world's biggest pussy. Like, no, you want to press buttons. It's technology. Revolving. It's just like, you guys are a bunch of fucking retards. Can I say that? And we gonna get, no, that's their word. They like it, And it's like, it's not so much about, the evil empire. I'm pretty sure anyone that is a country, is an empire, gets greedy and wants to control everything. I don't know when Napoleon went apart, Who knows? I mean, it was just like, why just fight? Maybe he had answers. Maybe just a brilliant, military expert, like he said. Maybe other, people that give him advice. Adolf Hitler. Maybe they just fucking did it with like, no, fuck you, we're gonna invade you. Like this place didn't. This place does it a little sneakily with, replacing different world leaders. Little organizations, this and that. I mean, come on, give me a break. All these organizations, all this money, right? There's still people starving in the world. I mean, just basis on that. I mean, there's no such thing as a worldwide empire or something like that. It shouldn't be like that. Would it be better if we were all British? And by the way, that governor, I don't even know, like, this is the Conan O'Brien starts saying that. And then he like say, oh, that's what you think everyone. No, actually, I think that's what they do say. I just have proof of that. It's like they have this mentality. It's like, one person says, what if we were all governors? We just went around, we just control everything. Like, what the fuck is with you, man? It's not just America. It's like a lot of people just fucking, like you just want to own everything. Look at Bezos. I mean, he's a creepy, crippled, mental fuck. He just wants to have everything. He's like doing it. I mean, like, I don't want to be around you people. You creep me out. I really do. Well, not every time. Whoever that is, I like to hear you just, say, oh, I just didn't know you'd say it. Bloody fool. It's hilarious. Yeah, we don't care. Don't be shy now. Come on, spit it out. Like, the rappers, he wouldn't say that. I know that. I know exactly what to stop. Let it out. Come on, let's hear it. Don't be shy about it. Ridicule us, yep. We hate you, alright. Oh man, it's like, how about this? Summer right now is someone getting so far, just like, oh, it's a beautiful maroon color. This exists in nature. If this exists, could anyone have the mind to, actually see it and just make a color of that? Are you gonna put this what? Your pedophilia movement or some shit? Your little demonic movement, whatever. You gonna put that in your fucking whatever, in your little obsessive mind, how degenerate, disturbed you really are, and you're gonna attribute this to your fucking disorder. Yeah, I'm really angry about that. I'm not creeped out, just angry, disturbed. Like, you fucking people exist, and you're so ridiculous and shit to take something and project a fucking line. Not to begin with. I mean, if you're crippled in mind, you're a molester and you're a deviant. Just shut the fuck up. Stop portraying like you have his rights restricted or some shit. Who gives a fuck about your rights if you're you're disturbed mentally? I'm not saying you shouldn't exist to begin with, but they just say cause a lot of damage and havoc into the world. That's not sexuality. It's not just the United States. It's a lot of places. People see that crap. People like me, I'm creeped out by you people, man. I don't want to be around you. I don't want to know you. And there's another thing, I'm not going to forget about this idiot from West Jersey 10, 20 years from now. I'm still going to be doing something and, oh, remember that fucking, that transvestite just angry and, he wanted to, kill me or some shit. Fuck you people, man. What is it? What? Junior, come here. So many people say you're haunted by my cat. Good. Because you know what? You would hurt the fucking cat. It didn't do anything to you. It's a sentient being from here and understands more than you fucking people do. If they get hurt, yeah, it hurts. Even if I don't own one or I have a relationship with or I am close to them. It really hurts. They don't deserve it. But it's the arrogance that it will never come here, not on U.S. soil, right? But you can take your machine guns, your money, your weaponry, you could go all over the world, just fucking, try to instill democracy. I mean, you idiots still believe that bullshit? Instill democracy? Who gives a fuck about your democracy when you got fucking, you got military people like that? That's how you instill democracy? Just clear as evident, about that, right? I mean, you people ran away from religious persecution, then you could, you instill your fucking ways of life. Isn't it your little code, especially about, and sexuality, but don't infringe your rights onto others, right? Isn't that your little code of ethics? I mean, I know you fucking don't believe in that shit, right? Somebody thought it'd be cute to write that shit, or they were just scared from the oppressor and then it became the oppressor, right? Yeah, it's the Animal Farm. It's on a global scale. But somebody be like, it was that guy that wrote it. At least he knows, right? It's like, and what, are you gonna go to another planet where you're gonna survive or some shit? When they do that, saying, yeah, maybe, the first couple of colonists or some shit, planetary colonists wouldn't survive. Even if you're gonna build an atmosphere and you're gonna fuck the atmosphere like you polluted on Earth. I mean, I don't want to be on Mars just because, how are you going to build an atmosphere? I mean, I was just thinking that they have, tubs or something. Even if you build a fucking atmosphere, it's like one person, and then they spread. It's they're going to pollute this Earth, and you're going to destroy it, right? And it's going to be what? Cubicle shootings or some shit? Mars rover shootings, runovers or some shit? I don't even know. Go, please. The faster the better, actually. I don't even care. My thing is, can you relay messages from Mars or some shit? Fuck Wi-Fi. No, I just have it. I don't care. 50 years, that's too long. It's kind of sad, I want to be next year, 2 years from now. And not just 50 million people, billions of you that have your mentality of, oh, you don't like it this place. You just hate everything. You don't like anything good or decent, You want to stay in your little apartment, little TV, little condominium, just watch, this and that, be obsessed about that. And, I don't know, whatever you're into, just go away. It would be nice, right? But I guess nobody really invested in that, in NASA, so it could take you over there. And even that, I'm really not into that as well. The only good thing it's just about giving some people. And then, he's kind of wouldn't we pollute the galaxy with that? The solar system? I mean, consider there's actually sentient, decent beings, and then well, why'd you give him fucking Mars then, you asshole? Or some shit, I don't know the answer, but it's And when you go there, and you're gonna go somewhere else. And as you go, let's say you develop a weapon, you destroy Earth or some shit. You know, because you know you're a Martian now. We don't like Earth, right? And then what are you gonna tell over there? You know, you're oppressed, you're held bound on Earth or some shit. You gotta destroy it. I mean, people are fucking creepy and ridiculous. But you know, you probably, you know, you're so freaking arrogant. You think, you know, not just the world revolves around you, but you want, you know, your little, and when you want your mind to be like this, and you know, you're just fake, and you know, you don't even, the way you are inside, it's not how you really are portrayed to be. You create this a race card, a sexual card, this, you know, this America card, this holier than thou, this religious card. Like, it just, you know, I don't buy that stuff. I can see right through you. That's why you hated me. That's why, you know, I never had anything in life. Oh, yeah, I'm blaming everybody. Go fuck yourself, faggot. You know, chances are he blames things on everybody. It's like, you know, blame everything on everybody. I'm telling you now. I could. Anyway, you know, it's like, it's a beautiful day, it's cold, but you know, I kind of want to do stuff. I know some of you just love the fact that I would stay depressed and sit in my basement and shit. You know, you get happy from it. Like, fuck, bro. Wow. But some of you just, you know, oh, come on, have a good wank. We want to see, we want to know. That really creeped out by that guy. You know? And like, you would just say, well, we don't know that word. Well, that's very, you know, very ignorant like of you, isn't it? Why don't you just read it, introduce it in your vocabulary, in your mind, you know, get to know it. Why are you so scared of it, you know? And if you're not scared of it, you don't understand, you get angry because you don't know the word and stuff. Like, it's very weird, you know? But you know how I feel now, right? So now you're experiencing it, right? You know, there's people that just, you know, take this sense to a new level. It's like, if that's all you have, you know, it's really problematic because, you know, how you gonna have anything on paper, this and that, where it's all about feelings. You know, and you're in a corner when you're like laughing because I'm, you know, experiencing something, but, you know, on paper and, you know, on video, you just like, you're having a, you know, a moment, not a moment to yourself, but you're laughing with your friend. I mean, wow, man, you know, that's like, you know, you think the founding fathers, if you want to call them that, came here and would see that, like, well, they're obviously ridiculous, aren't they? I don't know when I'm coming up with this title, but the craziest part is it's so late in the day for me, at least, you know, and I didn't have a cup of coffee, and my life today didn't start yet. I'm not arrogant enough to actually, you know, say it. I mean, say it like, you know, well, you know, I lived through this. It's not even like that. It's just reality. And if I was riding my bicycle right now, I'd probably make a bicycle riding somewhere, record it, this and that, you know. I want to put it like, you know, not in the description box, but a video filter, like a backdrop video of like, you know, use the QR code of like history in New York or some shit, like buildings or businesses, but you know, no time for that because, you know, you want me to be depressed, sad, and, you know, and garbage everywhere.